What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, we got some glowing skin, a nude lip, and of course some bold eyes, because today we're going to be doing a tutorial on these eyes. Well, full face really, but it's always centered around the eyeshadow palette, of course, because today we have a brand new collaboration that just launched. I just ordered it sometime either Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's now Friday, and it just got here, so really fast shipping, and I'm really excited because I've been seeing this all over the internet, and I just have to do a tutorial and a review and everything on this palette because this is the brand new Anastasia X Jackie Aina eyeshadow palette. Obviously the packaging is on point, and of course the color scheme in here is so beautiful and so fun and unique. Of course we'll be playing with this palette today, seeing what I think of it, what the real tea is on it, and everything like that, and how it works and how it applies and how I got this really fun look. So of course if you want to see me use the brand new Anastasia X Jackie Aina eyeshadow palette, then keep on watching. Of course, to get started with this eye look, we're going to go in with some eyeshadow primer. Of course, Anastasia eye primer is my absolute favorite. I'm just going to apply this before we go in with any beautiful shadows from this palette. So of course my eyeshadow base is on and ready to go. We're going to go in with the eyeshadow palette, of course. This one is the brand new, just launched Anastasia X Jackie Aina eyeshadow palette. So of course you have the outside packaging, which is really nice and holographic and beautiful. You have her little logo right in the middle. You open this up and you get all of these beautiful shadows ranging from mattes to metallics to duochrome shimmer shades. Of course, this definitely covers the spectrum as well. You have bright shades, you have neutral shades, you have everyday shades, etc., and you definitely have glam shades, which I'm really loving the whole color story of this. And I do love that she created this palette to everybody, especially the deeper skin tone spectrum, because of course when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, there's always those transition shades or really fair transition shades that just doesn't always go with the palette, but also that it only really caters to the fair, light, medium skin tones, and I feel like this palette definitely ranges for everybody. And honestly, I'm living for it. It's really, really cute, and I'm excited about playing with this one today. So I'm definitely thinking about going in with something bright and colorful, but I'm also like trying to go with something a little more neutral, but I think I want to go bright and colorful because that's just my thing. To get started into the crease, I'm going to go in with the shade Supreme right here, which is definitely a nice, soft, kind of pinky color, but it definitely is going to be a really nice color that's going to go into the crease. I'm going to use it on a Morphe M514 brush and blend it out. Now, I was going to go in with the shade Big Wig right here, but then it is a pressed pigment, and I attempted to do a look with that shade a little bit ago, and it didn't really go with the look that I was going for, and then I was like, wait, let me try this a different way, and then I tried it a different way, and I'm kind of going in with more of the shade Pinker instead. So I'm going to go in with the shade Pinker in the crease with the same Morphe M514 brush and focus it mostly in the crease below the shade Supreme and mixing them two together to get a nice cohesive blend. For some outer corner action, I'm going to go in with the shade Credit right here, which is like a nice deep chocolatey kind of brown. I'm going to take it on a Morphe M433 brush and just pack it on the inner corner and kind of work its way inward into the crease before we go in with our cut crease. Of course, time to cut the crease. I'm going to go in with the Mega Revolution Cut Crease Canvas before we go in with any more shadow. I'm just going to take it on a Morphe M224 brush and just pack this on before we go in with our next shimmer on the lid. So we got this lid cut to filth. Now I'm going to go in with, of course, a shimmer shade on the lid. I was thinking about what to do, and then I decided let's just flip the spectrum and go in with the shade Dollaz right here, which of course is like a golden greenish kind of shift kind of color. It's a little bit of mixture of both. I'm just going to take it on a MAC 239 brush, and of course I'm going to wet the brush because I want to get that bam intensity. So we got that shade on the lids. I was going to just go back in with Credit right here, just to kind of, you know, mix everything together, but I thought why not make it fun and just add Big Wig right here. So I'm going to just pack this on with the Morphe M433 brush and just kind of blend it in with Credit and blend it in with Dollaz and just kind of make sure all of them look cohesive together. Really quick, I'm going to go back in with the shade Credit right on the outer corner again, marrying the two with Big Wig, of course, just to kind of make sure that that outer corner is nice and blended. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to throw on some foundation and some concealer and some powder, of course, and I'll be right back to finish off this eye look, of course, with you guys. Okay, so now that we got the base on, I'm wearing the NARS Naturel Longwear Foundation in Mont Blanc. I'm wearing the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Fine Concealer, and I'm using the Anastasia Translucent Setting Powder, because of course it is a Anastasia kind of video. So now for the lower lash line, of course, we're going to punch it right back in with some color. I'm actually going to go in with the shade Pinker instead of going in with the shade Supreme, and then I'm probably going to use maybe just a touch of the shade Credit, of course, maybe Big Wig. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, I'm just going to apply these shades using a Morphe M321 brush for the lower lash line and just kind of pack it on and see what we're going to get. So now it's time for inner corner and brow bone highlight, of course. There are two shades I'm thinking about going in with because I want to use as many shades as I can from this palette for this look. So I'm thinking about going in with the shade Zam right here on the inner corner, and probably going to go in with the shade Trust Issues for the brow bone. I'm not exactly sure, but we will wait and see. I'm going to take it on a wet Morphe M213 brush to pack it in the inner corner first with the shade Zam before I go in with the shade Trust Issues for the brow bone. Okay, so now the eyes are completely done, and I'm obsessed with it. So now I'm going to throw on some mascara, some lashes, and some brows, of course, and I'll be right back to finish off this entire face in this look with you guys. So now that the lashes are on, the brows are done, everything is looking good so far. I'm wearing the Betty B lashes in Extra, and I'm using like Benefit Brow and of course some Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. So let's go in with some blush. Now I'm going to go in with the MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade Sweet Enough, because this is one of my favorite blushes for pretty much almost any look. It's going to be like a nice, subtle blush. And now for bronzer, I'm going to use the Balm Cosmetics Take Home the Bronze Anti-Orange Bronzer. Of course, the name is a little bit different. I don't know what the actual new name of it is. Mine is originally called Oscar. So we're just going to chisel out these cheeks. I actually really love this bronzer. Like I said, it's an anti-orange bronzer, but it's just so pigmented and beautiful, and it blends amazingly. I just haven't used this in such a long time, and I always think, why don't I ever use it? And now I finally am, all over again. Now, of course, some continuous setting mist, just to kind of dampen the skin, of course, because now we're going to go in with some highlight. I'm going to go in with the Ofra Beverly Hills highlighter for my cheeks today, because I am always been so obsessed with this highlighter. Let me just mix every shade together. Oh yes. Oh, that is some bright highlight right now. Thank you, ma'am. So now it's time for some lips, for some final touches, of course. I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint in the shade Uncuffed for my lips today. I wanted to go in with something that wasn't really nude, but it wasn't too dark either. I wanted something that would just kind of go really nicely with this eye look. This is the final look, doing this full tutorial, if you will, but mostly centered around the brand new Anastasia X Jackie Aina eyeshadow palette right here. I am super obsessed with the way that my eyes came out. I'm obsessed with my lip, with the glowing skin, everything like that. I'm really liking the way that this look came out. So, of course, really quick, I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on this eyeshadow palette, of course, and what I think of it and if it's worth the money. So now, this Jackie Aina palette is actually $45, and I do honestly think that it's worth the money. I think that the formulation is really good. It's just like any other Anastasia eyeshadow palette, which all of them are killing it when it comes to their formulas. And I'm a palette collector. I love collecting palettes, especially Anastasia eyeshadow palettes, because they're always some of the best formulas ever, and of course packaging's always on point. But I will have to definitely say, pigmentation wise, it worked really nicely. The only shade I had any slight issue with was going to be Big Wig right here, because there was a little bit of kickback in the pan, but also there's a little bit of fallout on the face as well. Honestly, little to no issue. Like I said, I did use that shade before in a different look that I was trying to go with this palette, and I didn't love it, so I had to restart. But anyways, I popped it in the lower lash line and right there, and I really love the way that it looks. So all in all, every shade in here worked really nicely for me. When you wet the brush, they went on really intense with the metallics, and of course the mattes blended beautifully too. And of course the color scheme is really nice in here, and I love that it's catered for all skin types, especially the deeper skin tone spectrum, because we need to show more representation when it comes to eyeshadows, lipsticks, powders, foundations, concealers. It doesn't even matter. We just need to show more representation when it comes to makeup, because not everything is going to fit the same skin tone and the same texture and the same whatever, and it's not going to work the same way. So we have to make makeup for everybody. Let's just be inclusive here, people. So I really love this inclusive palette right here. I love this color scheme. Like I said, the formulation is really nice, and I think that they both did the damn thing with this palette. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.